Students, today we are going to discuss about clutch and its mechanism. First, its definition. What is clutch? Clutch is a mechanism that transmits rotary shaft from one shaft to other whose axes coincide with each other. The working principle. Clutch works on the principle of friction. That is, friction is produced when two rotating discs come in contact of each other. Okay. Next, the requirements of clutch. Clutch should transmit maximum amount of torque. It should engage the gears gradually and positively. Gradually, it should engage the gears means because all of a sudden, if clutch engages the gears, then an instant shock is felt. That is why it should engage the gears gradually, and positively means there should be no slip. Okay, so this is the line. It should engage the gears gradually and positively. Next, it should be dynamically balanced and compact in size. Dynamically balanced means while transmitting the drive or rotary motion, its position should not be dislocated. That is why it has been written here, it should be dynamically balanced. And fourth point, it should ensure sufficient heat dissipation. That is, clutch works on the principle of friction. Because of friction, heat is produced, and the clutch should be able to dissipate that amount of heat being produced. Next, types of clutch. Basically, there are two types of clutch. One is friction clutch, second one fluid flywheel. The friction clutch works on the principle of friction, whereas the fluid flywheel that works on the principle of energy transfer from one rotor to other. And in case of that friction clutch, again there are different types of clutch like single plate clutch, multi plate clutch, cone clutch, etc. In single plate clutch, the number of clutch plate is 1, whereas in multi plate clutch it is more than 1, and multi plate clutch is used where more amount of torque is to be transmitted. That is, in case of motorcycles, this multi plate clutch is used. That is, the number of clutch plate is more than 1. And lastly, the cone clutch. Here, cone clutch means the power is transmitted when male cone and female cone remain in meshing condition with each other. Next, clutch material. Usually, asbestos based material is used for making of clutch. For asbestos based material, the mu, that is coefficient of friction, varies in between 0.35 to 0.4. Clutch can also be made of cork, where the value of coefficient of friction is 0.37. Next, expression for torque. Clutch is used for transmitting torque, and the expression for torque is given by the relation T is equal to mu W R, where mu is the coefficient of friction, W is the axial load applied, and R is the radius of frictional surface. Now students, we will look at the working mechanism of single plate clutch in detail. Here, as we see, the flywheel is located on a shaft, and the clutch plate here, the clutch plate, it is located on the clutch shaft. Pressure plate is there. Okay, and see here, the pressure plate is connected by means of the springs at its two ends. Okay, so when in case of a vehicle, when the driver presses the clutch pedal, at that time what happens? The release lever plate the release lever plate is pressed towards the flywheel or clutch plate, and because of the movement of the release lever plate, the pressure plate moves away from the clutch plate, and that is known as the disengagement position of the clutch. Disengagement position means no power or torque is being transmitted at that time. So when the clutch is engaged, at that time the pressure plate keeps the clutch plate pressed against the flywheel. Flywheel is located on the crankshaft, so as the crankshaft rotates, the flywheel rotates, and with the flywheel the clutch plate is pressed because of the weight of the pressure plate. At the center of the clutch plate, this is known as clutch hub, and inside the clutch hub the clutch shaft enters. Okay, the top part of the clutch shaft is spline, that is clutch shaft has external splines, and the clutch plate hub has internal splines. So when the clutch shaft enters into the clutch hub, it remains in meshing condition with the internal splines of the clutch plate. So at the time of engagement condition, when the pressure plate is keeping the clutch plate pressed against the flywheel, at the time what happens? Flywheel is rotating by as it is located on the crankshaft. So from the flywheel the drive is transmitted to the clutch plate, and from the clutch plate through the clutch shaft the drive is transmitted up to the gearbox shaft. And